Once upon a time, a 10 to 12-year-old boy lived with his parents in a village. One day, after many years, the boy went to his grandfather's village and played with his grandfather all the time. While playing, one day he said to his grandfather, "Grandfather, when I grow up, I will prove to be very successful. Can you tell me some ways to become successful?" Then his grandfather looked at him smilingly and said yes. Take them to a plant shop where small plants were available. His grandfather buys 2 small plants and comes back home. After coming home, he plants one of them in a big pot and keeps that pot inside the house, and he plants the other plant outside the house. Then he asks his grandson, "That which plant do you think will be able to grow well in the future?" The child thought a little and told his grandfather that the plant we have planted inside the house will be able to grow well because it is in the house. It will be safe from every problem inside, and the plant we have planted outside is at risk of many things like strong rays of the sun, storm. The plant is also at risk from storms, heavy rains, and animals. His grandfather smiled and told him that let's see what happens to these 2 plants in the future. Then, after 4 years, the boy again goes to his grandfather's house to see his grandfather. After that, he again asks him that, "Grandfather, last time I asked you how to be successful in life, but you did not tell me anything, but now you will have to tell me." His grandfather said smilingly to him, "But first of all, let's look at 2 plants that we planted a few years ago." Grandfather took him to the same place where he had planted the plant inside the house. He saw that the plant had grown into a big plant. Then he went to the place where he had planted another plant outside. He saw that the small plant had now grown into a big plant. A very big and huge tree had grown. Its branches were very strong and long, and its shadow was falling on the entire ground. Now the boy's grandfather looked at him and asked him to tell which plant was bigger and stronger. Which plant has become more successful? The boy said, "The plant which we had planted outside. But grandfather, how is this possible? This plant must have faced many dangerous situations. It must have faced many problems. But still, how did this plant become such a big tree?" His grandfather looked at him and said, "You're right. The plant we had planted outside must have faced many problems, and that too. Dealing with the problem, he has become so big and huge, and now he can expand his branches as much as he wants, and the problems like storm and heavy rain make his branches even stronger. And that is why today he has become a huge tree, and now all these problems are small in front of him." Grandfather looked at him and said to him, "Son, always remember one thing. Unless you struggle in your life, unless you go through difficulties, you cannot achieve success in your life. If you always keep comfortable choices, then you will not be able to grow as much in your life as you could. And if you are always ready for every problem, always ready for struggle, then it will not be impossible for you to achieve any destination, and then big things will happen." After hearing that big problems will seem small to you, the boy took a deep breath, and then he started looking towards that huge and big tree. His grandfather's words were roaming in his mind. Friends, problems, obstacles, difficulties. We consider these things as enemies of our life, but these obstacles, these difficulties make us strong, and it makes you more successful in life. And someone has said that if you are not facing problems in your life, then understand that you are on the wrong track. So friends, if you want to spread this story to more people, then watch this video. Like it so that